Good afternoon. Today is the August 29th meeting of the 2023 meeting of the City Finance Committee. And may I have a roll call, please?
Yes, Committee Member Rouse.
Here.
Committee Chair Friedman.
Here. All right, I'll go to general public comment. Is there any member of the public who wishes to speak to items under the purview of the Finance Committee but not on today's agenda? Not seeing any in the room. Are there any online?
Chair Friedman, no hands are raised online.
All right, I will close general public comment and move us on to our sole item for today. And I'll turn it over to Ms. Doubles.
Thank you, Chair Friedman and Committee Member Rouse. My name is Laura Doubles, and I'm the Housing and Human Services Manager for the city. Thank you for having us here today to present to you an opportunity to assist our local housing authority of the City of Santa Barbara with a housing rehabilitation grant in the amount of $540,000 to do rehab work located on property at 175 South La Cumbre Lane. And here is the recommendation for today. Under A, that the Finance Committee recommends that the Council approve the allocation of appropriations in the Community Development Block Grant, or CDBG, Housing Rehabilitation Loan Program, AHRLP, fund in the amount of $540,000 to fund the grant to the instrumentality of the Housing Authority of the City of Santa Barbara, known as Santa Barbara Affordable Housing Group, which is the property owner. Next slide. And recommendation B is that the council would authorize our Community Development Director to execute such agreements and related documents subject to approval as to form by the city attorney as necessary. And the project, again, is owned by the Santa Barbara Affordable Housing Group, an instrumentality of the Housing Authority. The funding will go to for repairs and replacement of lumber and deck surfacing on the balconies and patios for the property in order for it to remain in good condition and be sustainable. The Housing Authority has proposed this amount. However, it is an estimate at this point, so anything that comes in over that proposed amount, the Housing Authority has committed to covering those additional costs. The property was built back in 1983 on 1.5 acres. It's a 2-story building and has a total of 36 one-bedroom apartments. It was a former federal public housing property that the Housing Authority acquired through Section 18 disposition, and that was back in 2013. The property provides affordable housing to low-income seniors with household incomes at 80% AMI and below. This is a picture of the property currently. And back in 2022, the city did give a CDBG HRLP grant in the amount of $293,939 that went to the improvement of a re-roof and new gutters being installed. So this additional $540,000 does surpass the loan committee's approval authority and now requires city council approval, and is why we are here today. The total with all of what we would be giving, both in the past and this current grant request, comes to $23,165 per unit, which is still a very low per unit cost to ensure the sustainability of the property. As far as long-term affordability goes, our city's CDBG HRL program does not require affordability covenants to be recorded on properties for these grant funds. However, under the Section 19 disposition requirements, there was a recorded use agreement that was to meet Section 8 project-based voucher rules recorded on the property, and that is for household incomes at 80% AMI or below. It was for a minimum of 30 years from the disposition date of 2013, so it'll be in place and good until 2043. So in summary, this rehabilitation work will extend the useful life of the property, and it will help us to ensure the provision of much-needed affordable senior housing to our community. And the project will also help the city to meet the federal grant expenditure timeliness requirements that we are under for the use of CDBG funding. And here we're back to the recommendation screens once again. Next slide, please. Next slide. And I am here for any questions. I also would like to make sure to let you know that Mr. Azam from the Housing Authority is also here in case you have any questions. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Stubbles. Any questions?
No questions.
No questions from myself either, and so I will open it to public comment. Not seeing any in the room. Is there any public comment online? Please raise your hand in the app.
Chair Friedman, no hands are raised at this time.
All right, I'll close public comment and turn it over to my colleague for deliberations.
Mr. Chair, I would like to move staff recommendation.
I will second, and I just want to thank Housing for bringing this forward. It's much needed, and maintaining our affordable housing supply to these standards and upgrading it is definitely something that extends the life and is exactly what we want to be doing, so I'm happy to support this today. So with that, may I, motion made and seconded, and all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Abstentions? Not hearing any. Passes unanimously. And that is our item for today. We are adjourned. Thank you.